Hello and welcome to another Star Trek Fleet Command video. In today's video, I want to talk about something I think all of us struggle with, and especially the higher level in ops you go, the more struggle I think you will have with this, and that is we seem to be dealing with these really long build times, really long research times. So anything we can do to deal with that, is something we want to do. And so I found a way in the game that I am pursuing that hopefully you, if you haven't noticed this will be of help to you, but just one other way to try and make sure we're getting in a good amount of speed ups to help us with those things. So for example, let me hop into my base and I will show you a little bit what I'm seeing at my level. If we go into research, let's hop into this station. And I don't know, let's just scroll down and have a look at some of these. This Explorer Swift Repair is 57 days. And I have been trying to catch up and keep up on the research, speed up research for research time and my efficiency research and all that. That one, let's see here. This one here is 188 days, 194 days. And when I have done the builds for, say, my operation, it's like over a year. Now, you're supposed to, I believe you get like a 1% reduction in the time for every alliance help that you get. And so it does help to be in a bigger alliance. But even at that, you still need tons of speed ups for keep up on top of all of this. And personally, I use my Latinum when I run out of speed ups. And so I'm trying to max out my, the Fuchsia, the concentrated Latinum miners, the Fuchsias. I have 3 of those now to try and keep up on my refines, but, I get like 26,000 a day, and that certainly helps. So I try not to spend those except for a spend event, but how do we deal with this? Well, one method I found I want to show you, and this hopefully will give you some encouragement to not ignore this loop and how important it is. But this has to do with hunting Borg probes. Yay! I know we all love Borg probes. For example, let me hop into my inventory real quick. And you may not be excited to hear this. For those who don't know, just please hang with me. Currently, I do not need to farm inerts. Clearly, I've got 184 million, almost 200 million inert probes. Definitely do not need to farm those. However, they have very good drops. So let me talk about crews real quick. I've been using my Monavine with this crew. And so this is probably the best crew that I found, where you have Strange New Worlds Pike with Uhura, and I have Hammer just for synergy. But her ability increases your armor, shield, deflection, dodge by whatever percent tier that you have of an officer. And this even worked well when she wasn't as high tiered as she is now. So I wouldn't let that detract you, but it's when attacking hostile battleships, which probes are, from an interceptor, so from your Talios. Okay, so this seems to take the least damage, but as an alternative, what I have been using is something like this. So not everyone has Janeway, but currently I'm using it as my kind of secondary crew. And Janeway is a pretty great captain here. When you take hull damage from a non-player hostile or armada, Catherine Janeway increases your shield mitigation by 13%. So greatly reduces the amount that goes past the mitigation number. And the reason why it's only 13% is because I've opted to not include another Voyager crew above decks. And that's because 5 of 11 is going to increase the resources you get. So I'll be able to get the Borg probes quicker. And the DMH Doctor, which I understand not everyone has, but he gives some mitigation. Okay. And then let me go in here to the officers. Probably don't need 7 and 9 below deck, so throwing this on here, but I do want to have Galinar to increase the loot drop from hostiles. He also works on Venom. So for your Mantis runs, I want to have Hugh for the increased chance to have criticals. And I like having Tendy for the extra ship hull hit points. So those are really important to me. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to send it, because I happen to be hitting in the 52 system here. And what I want to do is a live test here to show you. So I'll send that out while I am clearing out my inventory. I want to make sure we start with a fresh batch here. Okay, so that was from my Monavine hostile drops. So why Borg space? For those who don't know, I would highly encourage you, by the way, to keep working on your Borg refines and on your Talios, because unlike some other systems where you might get a drop every few hostiles, this system, or hitting Borg probes, you will get a drop from every single hostile. I remember the days when I would spend hours, sometimes it seemed like, and it probably was, where I would go here to Tygo Core, which has known to have the best drops in the game as far as speed ups and what have you. But I would go here and hit hostiles. And the reason why this system didn't work for some people is that if you're trying to grow your faction rep for the Klingons, well, you can't be hitting Tygo Core. The second option were the capital systems. So you had Kronos right here for Klingons. You had Romulus up here in ROM space, and then Sol in Federation space. So anyways, you could hit there. They had decent drops, or you can go as far as you can into deep space to get some decent drops, but they weren't guaranteed drops either. I would say that if you're trying to farm some, say, survey, 4-star survey blueprints, then going to one of those capital systems can be good if you have a strong enough ship. But what I wanted to do was kind of trying to time this a little bit here and see how long it would take. And this is the system for me. For you, it may be lower. I would say just start with where you can and hit from there. But I do want to show you before I pause the video here, because I don't want to make you wait through all 50. But if you see, I hit one, get that pop-up to go away, and I got one loot box. Hit a second one, and we got a second one. So you get one for every single hostile that you hit. So what I'm going to do is, with the magic of video editing, I'm going to hit 50 hostiles, and we'll come back and we'll see what kind of rewards we get from hitting those 50 hostiles. All right, everyone, we're back now, and as you can see, we have 50 boxes. So this took me a little bit under 10 minutes. So assuming maybe you have a little bit less impulse speed, let's just call it 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, let's see what I can get in my boxes. Okay, so 12-hour speed ups, we got 9. So that's 4.5 days right there. And then we got 60 hours worth. So we've got 5 hours, we've got 12 of those. That's 2.5 days. So 2.5 plus 4.5, that's what, 7 days worth of speed ups in 10 minutes? Think what would happen if you did this every single day. If you got 7 days speed ups, only taking 10 minutes a day to do it, that's 7 days worth of speed ups over a given week. That's what, 49 days? That's not bad. You know, and if you're saving these up and not using them right away, you save them up for spend events, that could certainly get a good chunk save you a good chunk of Latinum that you otherwise would be spending or not able to even do a research or keep up on the researches in a spend event because you have too many that take too many days. I also noticed, look, 15 1-hour repair speedups. That's going to cover me for all the repair speedups I need for this and more, plus Officer XP. That's 325,000. That's a third of a million. That's pretty decent. So that's another added benefit that you're getting from doing this strategy, and that's something I think we all can agree on that we need. A couple things that I want to make note of. If you look, I have filled up my cargo. I filled it up maybe around 35, 40 boxes. I don't remember. So what I could have done is I could have put Strange New Worlds La'an below deck, and she would increase the cargo to about 5.67, I think it is, million. So I could have had even more that I brought home. Plus, if I wanted to, I could put not Strange New Worlds, I could probably put the EMH Doctor that I have below deck to get the loot faster. So for me, it looks like I could probably get around 100 boxes because I have about a little bit under half full left. If you use that crew, you're just going to get done, get your 50 boxes a day, you're good to go. You can test with other crews too, but I think when I tested with mine, I was able to hit in this 52 level system with the Strange New Worlds crew, with the crew that I have on the Monavine right now. I think I was able to get close to 150 boxes per run. Obviously, it's going to take longer. If this took me 10 minutes, you're looking at 30 minutes a day. 3 times the rewards, roughly. It's going to all be RNG based, of course, but if you have 30 minutes a day where you can do 1 run a day, or if you want to do multiple runs because you just want to get the loot really quick in the morning, maybe you do 1 more at night, there's 2 runs. I mean, it can multiply itself depending upon the time you want to invest into this. So I hope this helps, and I hope this gives you some insight into what kind of reward you can get from this, and hopefully you can apply it to your game to help you with those speed ups that you're going to need. Now, one last thing I probably should mention is that I talked to someone else in my alliance who hit a little bit lower system, and they weren't getting the 12-hour speed ups. They were only getting the 5-hour speed ups. So that may affect you as well. But I mean, honestly, at whatever level, you're able to get all these rewards to help you at the different stages of the game that you're at. They probably put the 12-hour speed ups in mine as a 52. I can hit this system because I need more. I don't think it's enough. Do you think it's enough? Leave a comment in the section below, or a comment below if you think it's not enough. I hope this helps you find those ways that you can get those added speed ups that you need, whether it's research or buildings, what have you, to advance your game in ways that you haven't done before. And even if it's just a little bit more, every little bit helps. Every bit of Latinum you can save that you can use for other speed ups, it's going to help you out even more as you're saving these and trying to progress your game. So hopefully this helps, and I look forward to the next video. Thanks so much.